Today I begin flying 36 hours to Jakarta, Indonesia. That's right, I'm flying for the next 2 days. Pro tip, in Halifax, on the other side of security, you can still buy alcohol, specifically from Nova Scotia. It's a really great spot to find local producers. Now, the Halifax airport is small, but I actually really like it a lot. It just went under renovation. Lots of nice places to eat. Actually, a really great spot to buy some souvenirs. For some reason we have a Mexican restaurant. I think this place used to be a wine bar. Oh my goodness, we have 2 Mexican places. This is bizarre for me. In Nova Scotia, not a lot of Mexicans, not a lot of good Mexican food. So, I wasn't kidding. I am flying for the next 36 hours. Well, I'm not flying, I'm traveling for the next 36 hours. I'm in Halifax International Airport, east coast of Canada. I'm flying to Toronto, and then it's a 13-hour flight to DBX Dubai International. I'm going to be there for 9 hours. I've never been to Dubai. I'm really excited about it because it's supposed to be one of the best airports in the world. So that could be really good. It's also a 24 hours airport, and that's fantastic because I arrive at 7:30 p.m. I think, and I'm there until 4:30 a.m. I have an 11-hour flight from Dubai to Jakarta. So this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't wanna slow down, I don't wanna slow down, I don't wanna slow down till I burn out. I just wanna live fast.
All right, that was a great flight with Air Canada. My next flight is to Dubai, and it's at 9:25. So I have 3 hours. I need to buy some souvenirs. I need to try to find a Canada hat for my friend Wawan. I need to find some Canada stuff for 2 people's moms. So I don't know. Although I do see a store here. There's like a Canada hat in red. We're gonna have to keep looking. There has got to be another shop. All right, I made such a classic mistake. If you see something good, you should buy it. Didn't buy it. And so right now I'm still on the national side, national flights in Canada. I'm gonna check this whole floor. Worst case, I'm connecting into the international part of the terminal that has to have Canada hats. I like that. All right, this is a good hat. That is very stereotypical Canadian. Maybe I should get that one. This one looks cooler. I'm going with my gut. I'm getting this. All right, I am feeling so much better about this. I've got the hat. I am 99.9% positive that on the other side in international departures, they will have maple syrup. I know I'm leaving this till the last minute and being really picky about it, but part of this reason is because Aloy Wawan, who, if you watched my first Jakarta videos, he was with me. He showed me all the best places in Jakarta. Everyone said to me, I went to the real deal places. He asked me, he's like, when you come back, bring me a hat and a flag. However, 2 weeks ago, Canada hosted the World Championships of Hockey. And so all around, there was like a shortage of flags and hats because everybody was wearing Canada paraphernalia. And people coming in to watch the games from other countries were also buying it. So I couldn't find anything. It was shocking. All right, so I am looking at 9:35 for international E and US. All right.
My dear friend, where have you been? Where have you gone?
I think this is a good mom present. I really like this side of the airport because there is great seating and each seat has its own plug. You can charge. You can really sit for a while, and you actually don't even need to order anything to sit here.
Found the gold.
All right, so this food court, we've got banh mi.
We can't keep
banh mi
floating.
sandwich. Wow.
We have to fall. This is the beat of broken hearts. Is it our loss?
Someone ahead of me ordered the pad thai, and you can get it with a number of sauces, but the sweet steak and the sweet chicken come with it for free. So altogether, taxes in, it was $13.50. It's kind of just generic Asian tasting food. It's not the most authentic, but there's a lot of it. And I have 3 hours here, and I think for airport food, this is pretty good. So I have 3 hours here. I think I'm going to turn the camera off, do some computer work. I know that my flight from Dubai to Jakarta is Emirates. I've never flown with them before, so I really want to see what it's like. Until then. All right, this is crazy. It seems like this is going to be a huge plane, and at one point they were doing it by zones, and then they just said, all right, everybody now. Like, it's just like they're just trying to get everybody on this plane as fast as possible. All right, so that wasn't bad at all. I can't believe this, but I actually slept for, I think, 7 hours. Took a melatonin, fell asleep, woke up. There were 3 hours left to this 13-hour flight, and now I'm in DXB Dubai International Airport. I am here, I think it's 7:30 p.m. I'm here until 3 something a.m. So lots of time to check this place out. All right, I'm not getting fooled by this again. There's no point in going on the moving sidewalk if people are gonna stand there. I can actually walk faster than them. I do want to fill up my water bottle, so. Oh my god, it's hot water. It's literally like not even room temperature, it's heated water. I heard there are 2 McDonald's in here because I guess there's no McDonald's in the Middle East, someone told me. I did not see it in Jordan, but that's the only country that I've been to in the Middle East. I do want to see what they serve though, but I'm definitely not going to McDonald's. Oh, it's like very American places. I've never heard of the Noodle House Takado, which is Mexican street food in Masal, which is North and South Indian cuisine. But otherwise, if you want to go to KFC, Wolfgang Puck, wow. And then lounges. Maybe that's what I should do next, is just find the lounge that I want to go to. I think I'm going to do a video in Indonesia of McDonald's because they do have some dishes that I've never seen anywhere. And then back in 1999, when I lived in the Philippines, they had things that I had never seen, like spaghetti, and I think they might have had pizza, but at that time I hadn't really been anywhere to a different McDonald's around the world. Actually, that's not true. I had been to Paris, but I only remember they had McBeer because I was 16 and that's what was important. But I do like to see what they offer. That one, not so interesting. Oh, in India, they have actually some really interesting things. They have like a paneer one. So it's like a cheeseburger, but it's just cheese, not the burger. As the lounge that I want to visit is in Gates B. So now, next job is to figure out how do I get there. At this airport, they do have a number of places that you can sleep. I've heard these places are expensive. You can get a room, I think, with bunk beds. They've got a little lounge. $29 for the lounge for 3 hours. That's actually not bad. They also have a hotel here. Again, I think it's maybe €200 a night. This is definitely the bigger terminal. I'm so glad I came over here. I watched a YouTube video about the best things to do in the Dubai airport for free, and I think it was 12 minutes long, and in the end he had to admit that there's nothing free or cheap here. But I'm not interested in any of that. So I guess it's time to go to the lounge because I am hungry, but I don't want to pay for it. All right, so this is the lounge I'm looking at, Alan. It says it has good reviews and it works with kind of all of the major card holders. And it's open 24/7. That is what I'm really liking about this airport. It really is a 24/7 airport. American foreign beer. Looks like they've got some wine. All right, so we've got white rice and then so many things I've never tried. This looks like it's like a rice pilaf. Lebanese vegetarian moussaka, Thai fish curry. Definitely want to try that. Not as interesting for me, but good for people who aren't adventurous and don't like spicy. And then also this mutton masala. So good. And we're not done. Around the corner, if you want something lighter, so pull out this drawer and there's some yogurt. They've got some bean salad, some salad, also mutabal hummus here, and mutabal, which is a roasted eggplant dip, which I love. And for those people with a sweet tooth, we've got some cake and then also some fruit salad if you're trying to be healthy. Maybe I'll try that later. And not done. If you're trying to eat breakfast or you just want to pop in for a snack, they also have a bunch of sandwiches, roast beef sandwich, pizzas, chicken pizza, some rolls, and then also some fruit. Oh, this is such a good spot. That was a great little lounge. I thought the food was great. They had really good wine. Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand is my favorite, but also the staff were so nice. I would definitely go back there. I am flying to Jakarta, B12, it's a 6-minute walk, so I'm gonna head down that way. This airport really comes to life after 12 a.m. After midnight is when it's the busiest. So if you're new to my channel, you may not know that I spend most of my time in Latin America, but last year in the fall I went to Jakarta and I fell in love with Indonesia. I spent most of my time in Sumatra, and so now I'm back for 8 months. The goal here is to actually spend 8 months traveling Asia. So if you have favorite countries or things that you want to see, please let me know in the comments below, because I am so excited for the next 8 months because it takes a long time to get here. And so I'm spending as long as I can while I'm here. Okay, so on my boarding pass it said we started to board at 3:50 a.m. I got to the gate at 3:50 a.m. and it was final call. It's a good lesson to always come before you're supposed to board. For what? I have no idea what's happening here. I'm glad that I came, even though I really have to use the washroom. I debated going to the washroom first. And a new airline that I've never flown before. This looks huge. Hours later, made it to Jakarta. Emirates was everything I thought it would be. Just a little bit better quality, a little bit more space. Service was a little bit more posh. I think if I had to choose in the future a flight path, and that was one of the options, I would definitely choose Emirates over Air Canada, United, or some of the other airlines. All right, so to go through immigration, there are kind of 3 processes. If you want to get a visa upon arrival, you first pay with cash. Make sure that your 20s, if you're using US dollars, are crisp. One of mine had blue ink on it, so they didn't accept it. Thankfully, I got it with 3, so I was okay. So you pay for it, then you go to another desk where you give the receipt. And then the third part, you either fill out a customs form online or here. Oh, here it is. Because last time I forgot to do this as well. You do it right here. So you just declare customs here. Yeah, I think that's everything. So I'm gonna fill out customs right now, and then you just get your bag and you go. It's actually pretty easy. Now, when you get your visa, you do need to show them an outgoing flight. You also have to tell them your ingoing flight, passport, and then you're gonna tell them how long you're gonna stay. They're not automatically going to give you 30 days, so make sure you pick 30 days or 29 days from when you arrived. Jakarta doesn't have Uber, but it has two other transport called Gojek and Grab. For some reason, I can't get Grab to work for me. It doesn't accept my Canadian credit card, but I have Wise as well, which has US funds, and Gojek accepts that, which is perfect because actually of the two, I've heard Gojek is better than Grab. So if you're gonna take Gojek, when you get out, you actually have to go quite a ways. But once you pass everybody in the beginning, it's pretty okay. So right now it's overcast and it's very humid. Jakarta is pretty polluted though. Even coming in, you can see it's an overcast day. Part of it is that it's overcast. The other part is that it's pretty polluted. Is insane right now. So I would say if you can get a taxi or a hotel to pick you up for 20 bucks, do it, because everyone is waiting. They said that it would be 10-minute wait, and then people keep coming up to me because they think I'm Indonesian, and then I'm like, sorry. I also don't have any cash. I have to pay by card. I made it to Jakarta. This is going to be a 45-minute taxi ride to my hotel, so I'm going to end the video here. But in my next video, I'll have lots of delicious street food from Indonesia. Join my Patreon community for more behind the scenes and exclusive content you won't find elsewhere. You can also find me on Instagram, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. All of these things make my day. Thank you so much for your support.